Hello friends, welcome to my channel IT Career. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fine. Today's lecture or lab will be part 3, and it will be, I think, final part, and which will be SAP installation using SWPM. And in our part 2 and part 1, in part 1 especially, we have seen the prep steps to be done before you start SAP installation, and in part 2 we have done Oracle software installation, and this is the final part. Probably, let's see, we'll decide on the part 4 if it is needed. So before without wasting time, let me jump into our today's lab and let me log into the server. And this server on a software, now what I have to do, we have to run the SWPM, right? Once again, remember, in our part 1 we have run the SWPM to check the prep steps. Okay, so I am now under SWPM. So what is our executable name? SAP INST, right? So SAP INST, and you know what, how to get the thing. So you don't need to type everything. SAP, your file name, you start with the thing and start the starting letters and put a tab, and it'll come automatically. It will take the file name automatically. So you just click, enter, hit enter, and software provisioning manager is going to open right now. Okay, and then it will open in a browser. Let me minimize this, and yeah, it opened in a browser which is Windows Explorer. I don't want to use Windows my Internet Explorer, so copy the path, and I'm going to use my Google Chrome, paste that URL, and my user IDs, and the password is okay. As I mentioned, this server, don't worry about the server and all. These are all free, you know. If these are all created in the cloud environment, all right. So if you don't have any idea about how to create a server, how to build a server in the cloud and all, please go ahead and watch my videos on Google Cloud. Okay, I have created so many Google Cloud servers using Compute Engine and all. So yeah, but let's concentrate into the installation now. So as we are having in the software provision manager, we have several options, S/4HANA and all, but our lab will be on SAP Netweaver 7.5, and our database is Oracle, so we have to expand Oracle, and then prerequisite preparation we have done. Right now, next is installation. So we have installation. Under installation we have ABAP, we have Java, we have application server for process integration, and for Java process integration. So there are so many other things. Okay, but our thing is ABAP system, and we are going to install standard system, which is central service instances, ASCS, which is our actually contains the message server and NQ server, database instance, which is a database server, and primary application server, which is actually the application server. All right, all these three will be on the same host. All right, so I'll click on the standard system and I'll click on next. In the meantime, I want to show you that, you know, in my last lab I have installed the Oracle software, right? So Oracle software, there was a need that to create the user, right? So I'm going to show you that user is created, and whether it's visible or not. So right click on the Windows and click on computer management, and then under that you see that local users and group, expand that and click on users. Yeah, you go. You see that Oracle is created. So we have administrator user, and we have IT Career Cloud, which is my user. I'm using it for installation, and Oracle user. So these are the members of roles of the Oracle user, which is given by default by the installer. So I'm going to close that thing just to show you the user is created. All right. Now here it will ask you what is the mode you want to install, typical or custom. Typical actually comes with a very default settings, right, as a way, which is okay for us. But if you have a requirement in a very specific requirement, and you want to change your values and all in the parameters and all, go ahead with the custom. Okay, for our demo we are going to choose the typical and click next. So I see this error. I got this error saying log off required. Software provision manager needs you to log off in order to reliably continue the installation. If you choose OK, software provision manager will log off and continue the installation when you log on again. So I'm going to log on, log off. I'll click on OK and it will automatically log off from the server, and then I'll log in back again, and my remote desktop file is this one. See that? The software provision manager is automatically started. Okay, I didn't have to do anything. All right, so there is a progress output in that one. You can see in that one the output is showing about the installation. I'm going to minimize it, and I'm copying the path from Internet Explorer to Google Chrome. Okay, IT area cloud 123, and my password I need to copy from my notepad and paste, sign in. All right, close the Internet Explorer. Okay, so where it stopped, it will start from the same position. Okay, in the next window it will ask for SAP system ID. So if you remember, I mentioned about system ID. System ID is a unique ID of the SAP to identify 3-digit letter. So I'll put ITC. ITC means IT carrier. Okay, and installation drive, I'm putting D drive, and then the user, the directory path will be like this: user, another user SAP, and then another that SAP SID, which is our ITC. All right, so I'll click on next. All right, next is fully qualified domain name. So I don't have any fully qualified because this is not for any company and all. It is my very local installation. So I'll uncheck this one and click on next. So fully qualified domain name is nothing but, like you have any .com, right? Your domain name, google.com. Okay, so like that. So now next screen is your master password. So this password will be this is the master password for all users. Whatever user will be created by this SAP system, this is WPM. This password will be given to all the master. This will be a master password for all users. Click next. All right, now next screen is database ID. So database ID will be the same ID, ITC, as SAP ID. Okay, IT carrier, and your database host is same. The Netweaver, SAP Netweaver. If we go into that, if you type host name, you'll see the host name of the server is SAP Netweaver, where we'll be creating, will be installing ASCS, will be installing the database ID, database, and also the primary application server. And you have a non-container database and multi-container database. I am choosing non-container, so I don't want any multi-container. What is multi-container and all? I can explain later, but not right now. I'll click next. Okay, in this screen it is complaining about these files are missing, still missing, like exe.sar, exe.sar, and then IGS helper, SAP exit db.sar, db tools.sar. They are still missing, so it didn't find out. So what I'll do, I'll just navigate to the software directory and click OK, and I'll just press an enter. Now it will search for all these 5 files into the software directory folder, and it will say available. Okay, now let's see whether, yes, it is showing available now. All the files are now available. See this, the location, package location is D software, and then the file names. So I'll click on next. Now it is complaining about host agent. Okay, it is available, it found. Okay, so I'll click next. Okay, now it is asking for installation export Netweaver 7.5 folder exp1. So I'll go ahead and browse the same. Yeah, it will, I mean, under software, our export file is, I have given an export name. Where it is, yes, this is a zip file. Okay, I need to unzip it. I don't have it unzipped already, so let's go there, right click and extract all, and extract. Same way I have to do extraction of Oracle client as well. Okay, the installation export one is done. Let me unzip the Oracle client as well. All right, now let me go back, let it continue, and let me go back and give the path to the Oracle export. So where it is now, software, yeah, this is the one. Okay, so always choose the label.asc file, label.asc. okay, and then click next and wait for some time. All right, so now it is giving me some option. Oracle database destination, so we have C drive, we have D drive, right? We have this much free space available. Now I need so these are SAP data files, okay, where the SAP data 1, SAP data 2, so these are the data file, I mean data directory, SAP data 1, data 2, data 3, data 4, and these are the required space needed for all these 4, and where I am to store it, right? So C or D. So I have in the D, I have plenty of space available, right? So I am going to install everything in the D drive, and all the data files will be going under SAP data 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now here, if you see the redo log archives, so original A and B, and it will create in the D drive, and redo log archive mirror log. So the mirror log means the same mirror image of the original log. It will be created in the C drive, which is recommended because yeah, you don't want to lose the mirror log file. If one drive is crashed, another drive is available. So it is always recommended to store in C, I mean different drive, although I don't want to store it in C because I have very less space in the C, but it's fine. And then Oracle archives, I'll keep it, archives will be little more, so what I'll do, I'll keep it in D drive, and SAP trace and all everything is in D drive, okay, because archives will be little more and sometime it may get filled, so I don't want to take any risk, and I'll keep it in D only. And Max data file is 2000. These are the standard parameters. If you want advanced database configuration, you can check mark and click next. It will give you advanced configurations for Oracle experts only, but I don't know do it. I'll click on next. All right, next screen is Oracle database information and parameters. So DB home is under this is already installed, right? The Oracle client to install in the part 2, and database version is 12.1, database client version is 12.1, and then instance RAM is this much, and total RAM I have 16 gigabyte. This is needed, okay? And then ABAP schema is SAP SR3. Remember, always SAP schema is for SAP system is always SAP SR3. If in an interview or anywhere it is asking, don't forget about it. And then password, our master password we have chosen right before, that master password. And then I'll click on next. Okay, so here are some more Oracle listener configuration. So Oracle parameters. So listener name is always listener, and this is the default port. Always remember 1521, and I'll keep the both listener keep listener.ora and TNS names ora, and they will be created in the directory. I mentioned it before, right? So under app, Oracle product, and then version, DB home, and then network admin. Okay, network admin. You see right now listener and TNS is not there, but it will be created later once our installation will start. I'll click on next. Okay, so now it is asking for Oracle client. So I'll browse the file name for Oracle client, Updone software, and Oracle client. This is the folder, and under that, what I mentioned before, always use label.asc file. Click OK and click next. All right, so here are more Oracle related parameters. So Oracle always has a sys user, right? And its user password, and system user. Sys and system are the administrator user in the Oracle database. So the password is the same. I mean, the master password is taken, and use existing Windows user, and Oracle operating system service user is Oracle, which is created, remember, during the creation of the. So I'll using existing Windows user, and I'll click next. Oh, it is saying password, so I'll put the password I have given in the Oracle client software installation during the time, and click next. Okay, declustering, depolling option, there is nothing to do here. I'll click next. And this is also system database import. How many jobs we want? Parallel jobs, three is fine. So I'll click next. We are almost done. It will show me the review parameter option within next 2-3 screen. Okay, so here is the information about the primary application server instance number, which will be a 00. You can change it as per your choice, and this is the host of the primary application instance server, and then ASCS, which is our message server, which is 01, and then we can switch, like, you know, you can make it 01, this one, and then 0, but let's keep it whatever default is. Okay, and ASCS instance is SP network, same, we are having same host for everything, right? So let's keep it same. Next. So here is the SLD information. So what is SLD? SLD is nothing but system landscape directory, there is a separate server available for SLD, or you can have your PO system, process orchestration, or SLD server, okay, where you keep all your landscape system information in the SLD. So right now, I mean, what I mean, like this system, you're creating ITC system, integrated system, right? So this system will be registered in one centralized location, which is called SLD server, okay, about the landscape. So right now, in our case, we don't have any SLD server, so I'll say no SLD destination, and I'll click next. Okay, it is saying secure storage key generation, so it is recommended to have an individual key for production, but I don't want to. This is not productive system, so I'll say default key, and click next. We're almost done. See, I told you we are in review parameters right now. So this is the last page before execution of the, before starting the installation. So this is the review parameters. So if you, during all the parameters you have selected, anything is wrong, you need to, there is a chance to review it now. If something is wrong, you can, here is the time you can review it and you can change it. How to change? I know, suppose each parameters is given a different section, so you select the section and then revise, and it will take you to that section particular, and you can change it. Suppose you want to have it C drive instead of D, so you can revise it and make it D. However, let me verify once everything is perfect or not. It is a good idea to always to check. All right, everything looks perfect so far. Yes. Yeah, I want to give this one. ASCS is the first instance created, right? ASCS is always the first instance, and then database and the path. So it should be always 00. I mean, not should be. I would say it is the wrong word if I say should be. This is 00, and this can be 01, but it's okay, and doesn't matter to us. Okay, it won't change any functionality of the system if you keep it 010 or 00. I'll click on next to start the installation. Next. And execution of the service started. It will take some time. I'll pause my recording and wait for the completion of the execution. Right now it is creating the users. It's still going on. 27%. It will take some time, maybe half an hour to 1 hour, depending on the performance of the system, how much memory or how much CPUs we have. So right now it is creating the directories. If you go to the system D drive, you see the directory structure is already created: user, SAP, and then the SID, system ID, right? It's created. And if I'll wait for some more time. I also want to show you something that, under app, where Oracle software is there, right? And then Oracle product and version, DB home, and then under that we have network and then admin. You see that listener is created, TNS name is also created. If I double click and if I want to open that in a notepad, you will see the listener. This is the listener information with all SIDs and all. See, ITC, right? This is very important. SID list listener with ITC, and this is Oracle home. Okay, and TNS names or will be also like that. Notepad, you see that ITC world, and here is your protocol and the host name and the port. Remember, we have given 1521. So these are all default port and all. Okay, so just wanted to show you that it is reflecting, it is doing good. All right, so I'll minimize this and I'll wait for some more time. Now it is creating the Oracle instance. It means it is creating the instance, and Oracle database will be on the Oracle instance. Okay, if you don't know anything about what is Oracle instance, Oracle database, and not much idea about Oracle things, and I can have a separate session on the Oracle whenever I'll start the database classes like HANA database and all. But this is specifically for SAP, so I'll not go very deep dive into the Oracle things and all. All right. Now it is creating the database. Okay, the Oracle instance created, it will now create the database. It will create the data files and all under the SAP data 1, SAP data 2, 3 and 4. And remember, in the parameters we have given those parameters. If I had to show you the structure of the Oracle database, so it will be under Oracle, D drive Oracle, and the SID, and which is ITC. And you see, this is the structure of the Oracle database. And here we have SAP data 1, data 2, data 3. So under data 1, if you go and you will see all the sysaux table space, system table space. If you don't have any idea about these things, I'll teach you in the future lessons. But for now, you just for now just think that these are all data file. All the data will be saved into these data files. Okay, so it is under progress. Okay, it is not yet created. So because where it is data 1, because system sys sysaux are very mandatory and very basic table spaces and all. That's why they created first, and the other data files will be created gradually. And there are some control files as well under control. So there are 3 control files in different location. So what are control files now? I don't want to discuss. It is a very big topic. I'll be distracting from the installation, so I can have a session on all those things. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Here I'm going to stop the recording because this installation will take maybe an hour, and I don't want to keep this recording on for that long. Once this is completed, next thing is it will be 100% completed next thing, and it won't prompt for anything, and it would be service completed. So once the installation completed, I'll take another screenshot or video, and I'll edit to that one. So with that said, I'm going to stop the video right now, and let's see. Thank you. It is failing during starting up. It is shutting down. So I'll troubleshoot why it is shutting down. Let me see. Also there is a MMC, SAP MMC, SAP Management Control in console, which would be uh, installed in your desktop. And I logged into the server using side ADM like ITC ADM. If you double click on it, and then you'll be able to see the status of the server. Right, so under ITC, we maximize it. See that too, and this is green. This is the ASCS server, and you see that is green. Message server and queue server. This is green. This is running. However, the pass primary application server is shutting down, and why it is shutting down, we are going to troubleshoot. The dispatcher is getting shut down. All right, so we're going to troubleshoot that now, and it is erroring up at 84%. All right, now I'll see the logs. So logs are under always, remember we installed SAP under D drive, so user SAP and then SID ITC, and then we have to go under this directory. This directory is for AACS, and this is for the primary application server. So under that, go into that, and all the log files, startup logs, shutdown logs are available under work directory. So here you'll be able to see the different log files. The first log file is def dis, the dispatcher file, and there are these are the work process file, work process 0, work process 1, dev underscore work process 1. All right, and look, let's see what dispatcher is saying. Let me go at the end of the file. Okay, it's saying goodbye. So why it is saying goodbye, we have to find out. That mesh system. Okay, let me close it. Let's see the RD file. Okay. It will take some time to troubleshoot. I'll let you know what was the resolution. So, what could be the problem? It is getting shutting down, not starting up, and is giving up. So now I log into the server using our SID ADM user, which is ITC ADM. You remember, the ITC ADM is the administrator user for the SAP system. Okay, so SID ADM, and our SID is ITC and ADM. So if this is the management console, and here you see the message server and queue is running. However, if I start the primary application server, let me check, it is failing, right? It is failing. Now, why I logged in through SID ADM user? Because the SID ADM user is an administrator user, so it will be easy to troubleshoot and to see the logs and all, right? So let us wait for some time and let's see whether it is starting. So the dispatcher is yellow, and I'm expecting the dispatcher to be green and the status should be running. However, it will fail definitely because I did not do anything to make it start. So we'll wait for some time. So it is stopped, right? So this project getting stopped. Okay, so you can stop SAP using SAP management console, or you can use command line. So go to CMD command prompt and right click and run as administrator. And how to start, it is SAP start .exe. Name is ITC, and NR is number. Our number is 00, right? Remember, we have given 00 for primary application server. We want to start a primary application server, and SAP dia host, I think, dialog host. These are the parameters, guys. Okay, so you have to put the SAP Netweaver, the host name. Okay, So I am not going to start right now. Okay, I just pressed Control C because I know it won't start. So let me do one thing. We have gone through all the logs. So where the log store? Go to D drive and under user SAP seed, which is ITC, and this is our primary application server D00. And under what directory we have seen that dispatcher, and let's see what dispatcher is talking about. And once you open the dispatcher log, go way bottom and you'll see, yeah, it is getting died, saying goodbye. And okay, dispatcher logged, so it is locking the work process. You see these are all work processes. Okay, 18, 17, 16, 15, right? So it is locking. So one more thing I can do, I'll open one of the work process log, and this is a work process 0 log, dialog work process, and let's see anything I find or not. So no current incoming request, db connect. Oh, okay, it's saying, well, db connection. So when the primary application server connects to the database, it is giving error. So while this is from the work process, and then after that work process died. So to check that whether the primary application server connects or not to the database, we have to do like this. So let us come out from the system 32, because it's a system user, I mean system directory. So I'm in, oh, pw won't work, so I'm in the D drive. And then what I'll do, r3 trans is one of the utility. Okay, r3 trans dot exe minus d. Okay, so this is one of the r3 trans dot exe is an kernel, and using this command minus d and enter, you can check whether the application server is connecting to the database or not. Okay, so let us wait 2-3 minutes. Here we go, no connect possible. So we know now what is the issue, why the installer giving us the error, and why we are unable to start the SAP manually also. Okay, so it is saying DBS Aura TNS ITC, and it is no connect possible. So primary application server should connect to the database, right? Otherwise how it will fetch the data from the database? So the connection is itself not possible. So the problem is with the Aura TNS name. So whenever you see error like this, so connection, remember the primary application server and the Oracle database connectivity is connectivity through our listener. Okay, TNS names and listener. So here we can clearly see that TNS names. So we narrow down the issue, and now we can go back and to see what is our listener is. Okay, so listener, where it is under Oracle software. Remember I told you multiple times, product, and then version, and then db home, go to network, admin, and this is our listener file. Okay, opening in notepad. All right, so it is saying it is unable to connect. So let me do one thing, let me check the listener is started or not. So to check that, LSNR CTL, this is listener control, command. Okay, I mean listener control, you can, with the status you can see, oh yeah, with the status it says connecting to IPC. Okay, it is unable to connect. Okay, the protocol adapter error, no listener. So actually not, listener is not running. So let me do one thing, let me start the listener. Starting listener, please wait. Let's see. Okay, the listener is started now. Okay, so listener is started now. If I go ahead and see the status, yes, it is showing me now the listener one on instance. Okay, ITC has one instance, so listener is up and running now. Now let me do one thing. We can start the SAP here. Let us stop it properly, and then we'll start. Okay, how to do that? So you can do right click on that and start top. From here you can do stop, or you can do like this. Okay, if you want to do command prompt SAP SAP stop dot exe, name equal to ITC, NR equal to 0000, right? And SAP dia host equal to SAP Netweaver. Okay, the host name. Stop. Okay, is not recognize internal or external, because we are stop sap dot exe. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me close this and reopen that, or do one thing. Let's stop it from here. Okay, and we'll find it out using command prompt. Okay, now start sap exe. Okay, now and name equal to ITC and R equal to 00 and SAP dia host equal to SAP Netweaver. Okay, this is how we start. Now let's see whether it stopped. So we can start it. We can do the start using the this one, right? Yeah, let's do this way. Okay, from here we don't want to waste more time. If it is resolved, then it will definitely resolve from here also. Listener is running, right? So our SAP will start now. So I'll click on retry. All right, it will take some time, so I'll pause the recording for some time until it starts. You can clearly see that it is saying starting ITC D00, which is our primary application server. Above starting, elapsed time 10 minutes. So yeah, it don't take that much time. Above system comes very fast. So let's wait. Okay, now it is saying ABAP is active. Okay, so let us go back into the other window, and it should show it here. Oh yeah, you see that dispatcher is now running fine. Okay, so the last process is gateway process, which will start, and once this start, the installer will continue. Yeah, it is active. In the meantime, the installer start SAP system and everything. Let me show you what are the users it created. Okay, so right click on the Windows start button, and then click on computer management, and from there we'll see what are the users the installer created. Okay, so under computer management, local, expand that local users and all, click users. You see that it created ITC ADM, which is our SAP system administrator user, and this user is already there. This is the user I use to install the SAP and everything. Oracle user is created for Oracle administration when I install the Oracle software, and this is for Oracle or ITC again for Oracle, and this is for Oracle administration for SAP from the SAP side. Okay, it is created by installer, and SAP admin is another SAP system administrator user created, and another. This is service user created for the services for the SAP services. This user will be used. Okay, so these are the users is created, and there are a couple of groups it created. You see that those bunch of Aura group it created, all these starting with Aura and then SAP. All right, these are the groups created by the installer. I'll just close it. Let's see. Yeah, now see the installer is moved forward with the 90%, and then it will do all the post installation. Now if you want to see the task list, here is the task list. What are the tasks it did so far? So detailed task list is available here. Okay, So we are in the execute service, right? And under execute service, these are the tasks it did: install DBA tools, create database, and all this, and ABAP import. And you see the start instance. In this step, it was starting the instance, and we stuck there in 85%, and it will do the post installation activities, check DDIC password, and change default password, and it is now running the few ABAP reports. These are all post steps. It will be created automatically, and yeah, few more steps, and then we are done. So service completed will be showing here. In the old SAP installation, it is not like web based. It is more like I mean a installer kind of thing, like for example, like this, okay, like GUI type SAP. GUI type. Graphical user interface, not using the browser. Also, if there are any problem issues while installation, you can browse the logs from here directly, and you see that if you click on the each log file, it will pop up, and you can click on get more, enter log file, and you can troubleshoot. You can look into the log file from here. You don't need to go to the operating system level and all. But if you're a tech savvy and you would like to go to operating system level, then yeah, you can go to the directory level, and you can search the log. So wherever your installation files are there, so there it will show up. I think it is under program files or program files. Yeah, you see that SAP dir Netweaver 7.5. This is by default, but you can have your preferred location of the installation files. Yeah, you can set it. So you see there are prep and install. So you remember we have executed prep before preparation, right? And now it is install actual and as above system. And here you go, and click on the date modified, and it will show you the latest log file to check. Okay, so these are the log file created, installation log file. So if there are any issues and you want to troubleshoot, you can come here and look into those. I'm closing it and going back to the installer, and you see the bunch of steps it is doing, all the ABAP reports it is running. And let me go back to task list and see 91%, right? So it is still perform table decoupling. Okay, so I'll pause the recording for some time, and then we'll come back once it is completed. Okay, the installation of SAP Netweaver 7.5 is completed successfully. You can see 100%, and the message execution of the service has been completed successfully. Information is in the execution. We executed this path 7.5 on Netweaver, Oracle installation, ABAP system, standard system, and standard system again completed. Okay, so and you see that the task list. All right, this is also at the end. Okay, now what we can do, so we are done with the installation. We can straight away can say okay, and now we are at the service completed, and we have a feedback thing. We don't want to send anything feedback, so I'm closing it. If you want, you can choose the which system you are doing development, quality, production, and like that couple of questions you have to answer, and then the collection data it will send it to SAP. You can put your email address so that SAP will get the data if you need to, but I don't want to do that, so I'll close the window. And the process execution, you see that service completed is also now green check mark, and everything is done. So I can just click on exit. All right, and now I'm done. I'm closing the browser, and yeah, I'm closing everything, and I'm done with the installation with the administrator user IT career cloud123.com. No, 123. So now I'll log back with the SID ADM ITC ADM user into the Windows, and you see that the management console where is management console is located? It is installed in your desktop. So double click on that and say yes, and you see that. um, okay, it's closed. Okay, so under SAP system, expand that. ITC which is your SID, and you see that Netweaver 0 and Netweaver 1 is your SCS. All right, and you can see the processes and processes for pass. Now SAP is installed successfully. Now how to access the SAP? Okay, so we, for that we have to install SAP GUI. Okay, or SAP GUI software, which is a client front end software. So I'm going to show you how to install SAP GUI, and from now we'll be covering in this into our next lecture, next lab, which will be part 4. All right, so we are done with part 3. I said there might be or there might not be any part 4, but I see now we can definitely include the part 4, which will be how to access SAP application using SAP GUI. Okay, so what we'll do in our next lecture, next lab, we'll learn how to install SAP GUI, and with that we'll be done for installation in of SAP Netweaver. Okay, because this is important, because we have done installation. Now we have to verify that everything is working fine, or although we have verified the MMC here that SAP is up and running, but this is from admin perspective, and as from the admin perspective, you'll have to show that you are able to log into the SAP application, and you can do your stuffs. All right, so with that said, I'm done for this lab 3, and see you in the next lab. Thank you so much. Bye bye.